So here's the thing, I'm a phone addict. Without my phone, I sort of feel a little bit stressed. And so I asked myself the question, how many hours do I actually spend on my phone per day? It was about 6 hours. And so I thought this week, I'm going to change that. How much can my Chinese and Japanese improve if I swap my phone screen time for studying languages? So my screen time, I can just show you. Monday was 6 hours, 8 minutes. Honey, I'm not doing that on my first day, thank you very much. Plus, it was a bank holiday, so cut me some slack. So we're on Tuesday. Tuesday is a bit easier. 3 hours, 52. So the plan for today, I have a Japanese lesson at 12:30. Right now it's 8:14. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, perfect. That's perfect. So I'm just gonna study Japanese for the first 4 hours. I finished 1 hour of reading. That was like one chapter. When I'm reading it, I alternate between 3 apps. So I use a website called Hanbok Study for all of the grammar that I don't understand. The dictionary for like specific words. So that's the Takoboto one. Google Translate or like taking images. I made a whole video for you. You obviously want my opinion, my professional expertise, right? So now it's 9:50. Usually my homework takes me about 1 hour and a bit because I take so long. I can't think. This is where I put all my teacher's corrections. The different colors are for showcasing grammar points and vocab points. I asked my teacher last week, what's my level like? She didn't really give me a straight answer. She was just like, you should review. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Today's homework is about 性格。私の性格はかっこいい。Yeah, ありがとうございます。Oh, this is what it looks like. But yeah, these are all the other corrections. I've only written about 602 words. Oh, but man, my writing is so bad.
But really, studying a language doesn't have to be this tough. Fluency may require long hours of study, but with the right tools, it can be enjoyable, which is why I have yet again partnered with FluentU. Using FluentU totally changed the way I studied Japanese. With hundreds of content on their website, you can easily mine natural vocab and sentences that suit your interests. Not only that, FluentU's Chrome extension also means you can learn from YouTube or Netflix videos that include subtitles. Honestly, learning from YouTube is such a hack, and it has exponentially increased my Chinese level. But the issue is, manually mining all these sentences is slow and manual labor. You have to stop the video at every sentence, look up each word in a dictionary, and then add it into some flashcard system. But with FluentU, this all gets done in 2 clicks. Along with that, FluentU provides each vocabulary with example sentences and video snippets, which means you get to see the word in different contexts and with visuals and audio, all in one. But creating flashcards and mining sentences is only one part of the puzzle. Reviewing is equally as important. One of my favorite Japanese YouTube channels is someone called Tanaka-san, but some of her videos are a bit too advanced for my level. With all this new vocabulary, it's really hard for me to remember everything she says. So if you also hate having to make your own review system and using plain-ass flashcards, I'd recommend FluentU. These review games include crafting your own sentences, so you get more used to constructing your own sentences. And when I go to my tutoring class, it's not just pure silence anymore. I'm mainly using FluentU to practice my Japanese pronunciation. Because as you watch a video, you can easily pause the video, rewind each sentence, and then shadow or mimic how they speak. I always get feedback that I learn from anime, which is understandable. So I'm trying to sound a bit more natural. But not gonna lie, FluentU is making this problem worse. Because it turns out on their platform, they have more animated shows. So if you'd like to get a 14-day free trial and a 40% discount, make sure to use the link in my description. And let me know what you guys think of FluentU. But with that, let's get back to the video.
今日は新しい先生に教えてくれる。普通の先生は書くことが助けてくれる。書くことは大事ので、大事だけど、大事のに苦手から練習なきゃいけない。Today we aimed for 3 hours 33, which is actually very chill. I tried this Chinese podcast, Draw With Me. This is the finished product. That took a bulk of time. I tried this new italki lesson. That was like 30 minutes, and then I kind of read for the majority. I think I'll do a bit extra today. We'll see. Hello, it's the next day. Yesterday, I didn't really update you guys. I basically planned a little bit of my yap video in Chinese. So that was about an hour. I filmed the video, which was another hour. And then I did my italki lesson. That was like 30 minutes. Did I even make my time? No. Did it say I have time debt? I will figure it out. I'll figure it out. Last week, I spent 5 hours 39 minutes. That's like a lot. Currently it's 4:50 p.m. Can I do it? Can I do it this morning? Surprising thing happened. My grandma came to visit and it was supposed to be my grind day, right? But when she offered dim sum, how can I say no? As a smart, good granddaughter would do. I used it as an opportunity, that 2 hours of dim sum, to practice my Cantonese, you know? 5 hours 39, take away 2 hours, yeah? 3 hours 39. I'm going to review some of the feedback my teacher made from my italki lessons. Six 11. My Heiyan is so bad. It's best to get some natural lighting because the whole point is for me to swap my screen time, right? And we're gonna read. Morning, it's the next day. Yesterday, I read Yotsuba for an hour on my screen time. There's a weird one called Wattpad, but it's where people write fan fictions. It's not because I read them, okay? It's because I write on it. But I'm trying to practice writing in Japanese. So this was like yesterday's work. Usually I get inspired by a chapter of Yotsuba. I use that to make my own story or little short scene. And so in total yesterday, the 2 hour dim sum, 1 hour Japanese review, 1 hour Yotsuba, 4 hours, plus the 2 hours 30 of writing, 6 hours 30. I was actually on a grind. And today it's an easy, very easy day. We only have 3 hours 33 screen time. Inshallah, the Yuna of last week. Thank you for not being an addict. Actually, that's pretty bad still, right? I think I'm having like Chinese withdrawals because yesterday I did so much Japanese. So I'm thinking we're gonna go outside because I need to get out. We're gonna go outside, listen to a podcast, have a nice little walk, and then have a chill day. That's the plan. Ohayo, good morning. It's a Saturday. Yeah, I'm in my pajamas. What you gonna do about it? Got my hair. Anyways, I'm gonna do my bathroom duties, but I was thinking whilst I was doing that, yesterday I did absolutely nothing. I listened to something for like 1 hour, which means we have to roll back an extra like 2 hours 30 for the rest of the week. I'm just gonna try and consume a lot of content today in the background to make up time, you know? Hi guys, it is the Sunday. 3 hours 43 is our target. However, yesterday, since I was out a lot, I am 45 minutes in debt. So we have to add that because tomorrow I'm not doing 7 hours. Issue is today, I am also going out again. Yesterday, I was just listening to a lot of Chinese podcasts during travels. We still ended up with 45 minutes in debt. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. But you have to believe. This morning, I already read a little bit of Yotsuba, and I think I'm going to try and continue on it. During travels, I'm going to listen to more Chinese podcasts. Let's find a way. Ganbare. Read to me.
書いてあった。おー。
What's going on?
チューした。そいつとチューした。See, you say そいつ as well. Yeah,
そやつ。
Don't say そやつ。Say 彼。
彼。
彼を彼女。あれな、死んだり殺したりする。
Why did you say 死んだ?
You're heartbroken now. Are gonna kill yourself?
What? Oh, this is Asagi, the older sister.
Her speaking is so posh. ありゃまあ。
Really?
Yeah.
I should learn from her then.
Yeah, learn from her. どうしたらいい？どうしたら治る？私振られたことないからよくわかんないな。
I wish I was her.
When have you been rejected?
My jobs.
Is the mom?
Yeah, she's young.
Looks like a guy.
No, look at our boobs.
That's just a crease. This is a guy or a girl? Yeah, it's a guy, right?
Hi. Today is the day I'm supposed to study the most, 6 hours. Currently it's 4:30. I got a few errands to do. I have been trying to do passive Chinese immersion. Like throughout the day, I've been trying to put on a podcast. We got one more errand to do, so I think I'm just gonna just do even more listening. That's like the easy way out, I know. Shush, man, shush. I'm really not sure we can do the whole 6 hours, which means I will fail this challenge, and I'm positive mentality. Hi, it's time to share the results. To explain what happened yesterday, our goal was for 6 hours, 8 minutes. And you know how I started at like freaking 5 p.m? Ain't no way she was going to do that. During that day, I managed to like scrape by 1 hour of like a Chinese podcast. Along the way, while I was doing my grocery shopping, I kind of spoke to myself on the phone and pretended I was calling someone. And then at the end of the day, I was reading some more Yotsuba. You can probably hear construction outside. I really hope the audio is not bad. I really hope so. Shut up, man. So this is my Notion. Since I started on a Tuesday, I'm gonna count this week as well. Okay, now for the actual graph. If we go to the past week, I spent 1,395 minutes studying. I thought I'd have a focus on one language. Unconsciously, my body was like, nah, you need to make it equal for Chinese and Japanese. When I said dim sum with the grammar, I did not speak 2 hours straight in Cantonese, okay? It was mainly me eating. So I was probably speaking for like 10 minutes, but whatever, okay? Whatever. The total amount that I was required to do, 1,783 minutes. Yeah, that looks kind of bad. So how much did I achieve? 78%. Not gonna lie, that looks like my grades in school, so that's actually average. I also made this random graph. You can see, like at 2 a.m, my mind was like, whoa. Most of the time was spent listening. Thank you to my Chinese podcast. Cantonese again is a cheat. But while I was eating, I guess I was listening in on the conversation, My Japanese listening, absolutely abysmal. Which is why my Japanese sounds like trash. Reading wise, that's where my Japanese is shining, But Chinese, not that great. Speaking and writing, most of the time is Japanese because I write my like short story. So overall, it was a fail. With the amount of time I spend on my phone screen. You can study a lot, like 1,395 minutes. But it also makes me worried about how much time I spend on the screen. I think that's the main takeaway, not gonna lie. I'll put the template down in the description for you guys to also use, but I'll make the tutorial next time if people are interested. You know what? I'm out of content ideas anyway, so I'll make that next. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.